What is up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the hot commodity, Ant C, and today we are covering WWE Monday Night Raw from September 8th, 2025, live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A huge night. We saw the return of AJ Lee on Monday Night Raw and a lot more, but before we dive into that, some breaking news here. It's no longer breaking since it was announced yesterday, but WWE announced plans for WrestleMania 43 taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in 2027. I am going to give my blunt, honest opinion. I am not a fan of this. For Americans, we look at this as blood money. This is a complete sellout by WWE going to Saudi Arabia. They're expecting The Rock, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, even Triple H to compete at that event, and it's going to be a shit show. I'm sick of WWE selling out for money. They did it with TKO, and they're doing it with this. At some point, WWE fans, if they want to see change, they need to speak up, stop going to the sponsors, stop complaining on podcasts, actually do something. Stop buying the tickets, stop, going and getting fucking Snickers or whatever, Slim Jims, every fucking thing that they sell and promote. Stop. And I'm not saying that because I want us to have WWE go downhill, but WWE does not respect the current modern fans. They don't care about us. If you've been a fan since 1986, they don't give two flying fucks about you. What they're caring about are the celebrities and the people with money and the TikTok influencers and all the people that can shout them out, keep them getting money in, and that's it. If they cared about the average wrestling fan, they would not do a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. I don't understand. I get it. A lot of money. There's like millions of dollars put into it. So I get that. How can you turn that down? But at the same token, when normal wrestling fans can't buy tickets to a show because of one ticket is like $400, that's a complete slap in the face, but that's what's happening with WWE. I don't want to bitch about it too much, but that is my honest opinion on what is going on. Let's dive into Raw. The Usos come out, kicking off Monday Night Raw here. Jey comes out first, and then Jimmy follows behind, and Jey basically says the Vision messed up. They mess with Roman and my family, and that's when Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed come out. Breaker said, hey, look, it's the twins. The Vision runs Raw. You got a lot of nerve standing in our ring, and after what you did to our family, Paul Heyman. Bronson Reed says that tonight the Usos will acknowledge him as their tribal thief. And then the Usos go on to challenge Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker for a tag match at WrestlePalooza. And then LA Knight shows up and attacks Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Breaker lays out LA Knight with a fucking crazy spear on the floor. The Usos dive onto Breaker and Reed. And we're getting to a tag match here. That's pretty much what this build was. It was cool to see the Usos back together because we've seen them so many times apart. They even competed against each other at WrestleMania. So seeing them back together got me excited. I do like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed together. I think they're a dominant combination, and I'm glad that their personalities are starting to get to shine through. LA Knight needs to really figure it out what he's doing. He's involved in the main event storylines, but never winning. He's now involved in the bloodline angle. It's like LA Knight just needs to, go to NXT. I know a lot of fans are behind him, and they are only behind him because they like his cheers. They don't care about his wrestling ability. All they care about is going, yeah, and that's my fucking opinion. Our first match of the night, we have El Grande Americano taking on AJ Styles, but during the commercial break, AJ Styles has a speech, and he sort of does a shoot promo where he basically says that someone in WWE is out to get him. Gallows and Anderson are gone. Meechin's on SmackDown. He's getting attacked by everybody left and right. He feels like someone is behind this. I have no idea who this person AJ is talking about. Could it be Shawn Michaels? Could it be Triple H? We have no idea. Busted Open is possibly talking about a theory with it being TNA wrestling, possibly, but no one knows what AJ is referring to here and why he even said this. Going on to the match, we saw a second El Grande Americano come out. Dragon Lee takes out that Americano, allowing AJ Styles to land a Styles Clash to El Grande Americano to get the win here. And that's it that we see of AJ. I mean, we're wondering who he's talking about, who's out to get him. I don't give a fuck about El Grande Americano. This storyline has been boring, and it's gotten worse and worse over time, and I just truly don't give two flying fucks about El Grande Americano. Next up, we see Raquel Rodriguez with Roxanne Perez take on Lyra Valkyria, and this is a decent women's match here on Raw. We see Raquel land a flying elbow to the back of Lyra, and then she applies a reverse Boston Crab, which was very cool looking. Lyra hits a flying tornado DDT, but then Roxanne distracts Lyra, allowing Raquel to land the Tijuana Bomb, and then numbers advantage allow Raquel Rodriguez to get the win. No storyline for this match, just a way to put Lyra and Raquel both on Raw. Judgment Day has gone downhill in my opinion. There's really been no storyline since Liv Morgan has been gone, and I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen next here. We see Jey Uso getting ready to leave the arena, but Jimmy tries to stop him, and he's like, we have to help out LA Knight, make sure the numbers are on our side, and Jay's like, no, I don't care about LA Knight. He attacked me. I don't want to help him. And then Jimmy's like, you sound just like Roman, and Jay says, I'm maybe sounding like myself ain't working. And honestly, why wouldn't you want to sound like Roman? He's one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. He made history. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. And I get like this is going to be Jay looking out for himself, and that's a bad trait. But why would he want to help LA Knight out? There's no friendship there. Like, yeah, the numbers advantage, but he already has Jimmy on his side. He doesn't need an extra person right now. But that's my opinion. Next up, AJ Lee comes out to making her return to Monday Night Raw in over 10 years. She's wearing Becky Lynch's women's Intercontinental title, and AJ Lee just commands the crowd from the beginning. She says, kept you waiting, huh? I'm sorry. For those who were here 10 years ago, who weren't here 10 years ago, I'm sorry, I'm fucking up today. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is AJ Lee, and I am your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestlers. 10 years ago, I retired. I felt like I accomplished all my dreams. There is no way I would step in the ring again. She talks about how she went on a journey to accomplish different things, and she even went on a mental health journey and started therapy, which I'm glad she talked about. I myself have done therapy, and it's really important to do. She talked about if you're fighting, you're worth it. Things are doing good, and then she watched Raw, and it was different when she saw men like Seth Rollins, John Cena fight her husband, CM Punk, but then Becky Lynch attacked him, and that's when she decided that she needed to step in the ring. And then she talks about how, she sees a lot of things that are like herself in Becky. Becky's a rebel like her. They're both New York Times bestsellers. And that they could have been friends, but Becky decided to put her hands on her husband. So then Becky comes out, and she says, this has nothing to do with your stank-ass husband. You're wearing my title, and I made that title so important. She goes on to say that AJ goes on to say that she completely forgot that she's wearing it, and that she wore it last night. She goes on to say that Becky is sporting a black guy, which is why Becky is wearing those glasses. She says, sometimes I black out. I'm sorry. You're tough. Why don't you come down to the ring and get this Intercontinental title? Becky says, she says, you listen to me, you Jersey trash bag weirdo. You keep your hands off my title. Where is your greasy husband? He doesn't care about you. I'm going to bring out a real man, my husband, the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. So then Seth comes out, and he says, this can be super easy. AJ, just give Becky the title belt back. And she says, that's a good idea. She says, I have two options. Becky, you can come take your title back, but you risk me giving you another black eye, or I'll give it to you if you agree to a tag match. And she says she wants herself and CM Punk against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Seth says, heck no. Look, I know you've been gone for 10 years. I'm the world champion. This is my show. You don't know what you're talking about. Give me back the title. Seth then tries to take it, but AJ continues to block Seth's path. Seth then grabs the microphone and gets in her face and says, you listen up. And then CM Punk runs out, goes for a GTS, but Seth escapes. And then Seth agrees to the tag match at WrestlePalooza. Becky looks pissed, and AJ throws a women's Intercontinental title down to Becky. This is going to be an amazing fucking match. So far, these segments with AJ, Seth, Becky, and CM Punk have been the greatest things on both Raw and SmackDown. This match has me so excited for WrestlePalooza. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Let me know what you think in the comments about AJ Lee's return. I'm so fucking excited. She looks great. Both Becky and AJ are my favorites, so to see them go at it, yes. We then get a promo from Bayley, and she's doing the same weird thing, the schizophrenic, where she's hearing voices. She has Hugger Bayley saying, you gotta be nice, everything's good. And then angry, evil Bayley, how, fuck Lyra, who cares about anybody? And then Bayley says, I'll make it right. So we don't know what's going on with Bayley. I do like this, but they do this a lot with the women. You get Alexa Bliss, who else was doing this crazy gimmick lately? Sister Abigail, Nikki Cross. A lot of these women are doing these crazy gimmicks, and I like Bayley, and this is good for her, but something needs to change with Bayley, and hopefully this is what it is. Next, we see Rusev defeat Penta after Grayson Waller comes out and distracts him, allowing Rusev to land the Mashka kick and get a 3 count. I don't care about Grayson Waller, New Day, Rusev, or Penta at this point, so I'm going to move right along. I know some fans like Penta, but this shit hasn't been good whatsoever. Jimmy Uso then tries to talk to LA Knight backstage, and LA says the same thing as Jay, like, I don't want to work with the Usos. I'm on my own. I don't care. So, Jimmy, why do you even care about LA Knight? He doesn't want to work with you. Next up, we have Asuka with Kairi Sane taking on Nikki Bella. Early on in the match, Nikki lands a spine buster. Asuka applies an octopus lock across the ropes. Nikki lands a springboard drop kick for a 2 and an Alabama slam. And then Asuka lands the Empress Impact and applies the Asuka lock, and Nikki Bella taps out. Good match here from Nikki. She's definitely working to give that alimony to Artem there, but good match between the two. Good to see Asuka out there kicking ass. Asuka's definitely honing in on this heel role, and I like it. Judgment Day are talking backstage, and they question Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio about his friendship with El Grande. Dominic says it's a lucha thing, and then he walks away, and Roxanne decides to go talk to him. So, Roxanne, are you going to talk to him, or are you going to do something else with your hands to Dominic? Hubba bubba. Our main event, we have, first we see Rhea Ripley confronting the Kabuki Warriors backstage. We're definitely going to see Rhea and Asuka down the line. I'm excited for that. But our main event, Bronson Reed with Braun Breaker taking on LA Knight. LA Knight slams Bronson Reed into the ring post to start the match. LA Knight then sends Bronson Reed over the railing and lands a leaping clothesline to Reed on the ground. LA lands a flying elbow drop, but Reed kicks out. And then Bronson Reed lands a jagged edge to LA Knight to get the victory. After Reed and Breaker attack LA Knight until Jimmy Uso makes a save, Braun Breaker spares Jimmy, and then Reed sentons Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso runs out and saves Jimmy, but then Braun spares Jey Uso. Reed goes for a tsunami, but LA Knight hits Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker with a steel chair, helping the Usos. And then Jey Uso out of nowhere lands a spear to LA Knight, telling LA, we don't fucking need your help. He basically tells LA Knight, we're even now. But is Jey Uso turning heel? I liked how Bronson Reed did get the win. He did look victorious. But afterwards, LA Knight did help out the Usos. But that twist, Jey Uso does not want to work with LA Knight. And what repercussions is that going to have for the tag match at WrestlePalooza and for his brother, Jimmy Uso? We'll have to talk about that next time as we cover Raw. good episode. I'm excited for the matches being made for WrestlePalooza, which is next Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. I'll let you know for sure next week, but I'm excited for that. A lot coming your way. We've got SmackDown recaps, NXT recaps, Attitude Years Season 4. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite moment about Raw. I really fucking enjoy this. Great stuff. My moment of the night was AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. I cannot fucking wait for WrestlePalooza. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.